Hey, Tim, thanks for the idea. Well, hello, Kickstarter. I'm Jordan Weisman. I want to welcome you to Harebrainded Schemes World Headquarters. I love making games, and I've been making them for a really, really long time. You may have heard of some of them, or maybe your dad has. Games like Battletech, Shadowrun, MechWarrior, MechCommander, Crimson Skies, Mage Knight, HeroClix. Well, anyway, the list kind of goes on. I want to introduce you to my new team. This is Harebrainded Schemes.
Hi, Kickstarter!
Let's go to the executive offices for a chat. You know, recently on Kickstarter, there's been a couple of old game designers who wanted to bring back a genre or a particular game, and they reached out to the fans for funding. And I thought, well, wait a minute, I'm an old game designer, and there's a game I'd really love to make. So let's talk about Shadowrun. It's a game I originally created at Facet Corporation as a pen and paper role-playing game in 1989, which, for you history buffs, is just after Gutenberg invented movable type. Shadowrun merges the worlds of high fantasy and cyberpunk. Imagine the magical creatures and races of Lord of the Rings in the dystopian high-tech future of Blade Runner. This mashup gives us all sorts of great imagery, like elven biker gangs roving through the streets, or orcs living in the sewers, troll bouncers at all the good clubs, corporate R&D labs filled with wage mages working with cyber hackers. And moving through the dark shadows cast by the gleaming tower of the corpse are the Shadowrunners. Operatives who live outside the law, doing the dirty work of the corporations with a combination of technology, magic, and street smarts. Shadowrun started as a pen and paper role-playing game, but then went on to become a board game, a Sega Genesis game, dozens of novels, Super Nintendo game, and even a first-person shooter for Xbox and PC.
Oh, sorry, all right?
So that's why we're here today. We want to make an old-school Shadowrun game. We want to make it for the fans, and we want to make it for ourselves. So I licensed my own game back. Don't get me started on the whole licensing thing, but we got the rights to be able to do a role-playing game for tablets and PC. From a design point of view, what we want to create is a graphically rich, 2D, tactical, turn-based adventure with highly contextual gameplay that really emphasizes Shadowrun's unique blend of man, magic, and machine. In the game, you'll create your own main character and then hire a range of different Shadowrunners to support you on your missions, including the characters developed by your friends. To us, a role-playing game has three things. It's got a great story with fascinating characters whose motivations actually make sense. It's got a fun world to explore. And it's got character development options, which as you expand and develop your character, actually open up new gameplay opportunities. But one of the most important things for us is not to forget where we came from. Shadowrun started as a pen and paper RPG, which meant it started with all of us able to tell stories in this world, not just us. And so we want to make sure that that comes back to life. When we release the game, we're going to release the level editor we used to build it, so that everybody can create their own adventures and upload them for their friends or for the whole Shadowrun community. We really want this to be a world that all of us can tell stories in. To create the Shadowrun RPG for tablets and PC is going to cost a vast sum of money, so we've got to ask you to dig deep, give generously. After all, for the cost of a handful of lattes, you could help build a virtual world in which your character could be drinking virtual lattes with a femme fatale who's probably a dragon in disguise, while blowing the crap out of everything around you with a smart gun. And isn't that what we all want? So check out all these goodies, especially the ones at the bottom of the list, and help us make this game, so that all of us can start telling stories in the world of Shadowrun.